So Gita is a systematic, organized, beautiful way of words in a poetic form, in a form of a wonderful song, divine song. Now, here Bhagavad Gita means the song sung by Bhagwan, Shri Bhagwan, by the Supreme Consciousness, the divine song. That is why Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is a divine song sung by the higher consciousness. And who is the higher consciousness? Incarnation of higher consciousness here is Krishna. So Krishna gave this Gita. Then what is the content of the Gita? Different writers, different noble people, they started giving their own views about Gita, not only from India, but from India to the different parts of the world. America, Germany, Europe, different countries, including Russia, Japan, China. Every country, the higher noble people, they started seeing their own meaning out of Gita. Maximum masters in the world, those who were connected to yoga, they were talking about Gita. Highly learned or the adept masters, they also mastered many of the aspects of Gita. So different people gave the different meaning, they got the different meaning from Gita. It is not just the one meaning or a one particular thing. Like, for example, you say, okay, come in. When you say to somebody standing at the door, come in, it has got only one meaning, come in. It has nothing other meaning, may be very difficult to find other meanings. So come in, one meaning. Eating the food, one meaning, not many meaning. Or sleeping, okay, one meaning, sleeping. Now here, there are 700 formula in this very, very precious Gita, 700 shloka. Each shloka has a meaning, and that meaning is somewhere hidden, somewhere gifted, or somewhere indicated. Each formula need to be explained, explored, and understood by different people. Whatever is the state of your mind, whatever is the state of your intellect, buddhi, you will understand Gita up to that level. You cannot cross your intellectual level to understand it. Whatever level you have, on that level you will understand Gita. And if you have to cross your intellectual level, then they say you have to surrender. When you surrender, you get the meaning of it. Now, for example, if you are going on an intellectual level basis, there will be heavy fight in the family. Like when somebody, husband is telling to wife, wow, you are like a moon. Now, one of the feeling is that when you surrender, you are very happy, wow, I am like a moon. But if you want to have a fight, then go in an intellectual way with your husband. Suppose you are wife and your husband is appreciating you that you are so good looking, feeling, and seeing like a moon. So one way is to simply surrender and accept and happy. Other way, analyze this meaning. Why your husband is comparing yourself with the moon? It means I don't have my own light. I am dependent on somebody. You are wrong. Moon is getting up 15 days down, 15 days higher. It means my moods are up and down. You are nonsense man. Oh, moon has got so many pits, mountains and dry. You means I am dry. I have all the imbalances. And then let me tell you, You are putting me into the wrong shoe. I will kill you. I am not like a moon. You have compared the moon based on your intellectual level. What happened in that intellectual level? The love was ruined. Husband was trying to say something good, and now that is ending up in a bad story. Bad story ending because you started exploring the talks on intellectual level basis. Similar thing happens in many cases when something is compared with something, and if we accept it on our with full grace, we start enjoying. No need to analyze it in the depth. But here, beauty is in this Gita. Put your all intellectual level, put all your logics, put all your questions. Whatever questions you have in your life, these questions are in this scripture. Now, when this scripture was told, there was one very, very powerful era, Dwapar. There were Yuga. In Sanskrit, we have Yuga. In English, we call era. So, what are these era? Four era. Anybody who knows four era, four yugas? Which are those four yugas? Please tell. Yes.
Treta, Dwapar, Satyug, Kalyug.
Okay, tell in a sequence. Which was the first? Who will tell in a sequence?
Treta Yug, Satyug, Treta Yug,
Wait a
Dwapar
minute.
Yug, Kalyug.
Wait a minute. First was Satyug. Second was
Treta Yug.
Treta. Third was
Dwapar.
Dwapar. And fourth was?
Kalyug.
Fourth is Kali Yuga. Fourth was not.
Yes.
We are now in Kali Yuga. So these were the four era in humanity, in the life of human beings on the earth. So Satyuga, 100% people were happy. Nobody was having any sorrow. Nobody was having any vices. Everybody was full of the bliss. That was the Satyuga. People used to have gold in their pots. They used to exchange the gold and diamonds. Currency was gold and diamonds. Then what happened? Honesty was 100%. Then what happened? Second yuga came. What was the second yuga?
Treta Yuga.
Treta. Now in Treta, what happened? 30%, 33% there was dishonesty. 77% was honesty. People started using silver coins, gold coins mix. People were eating their food into silver or the gold or no, gold and silver utensils. People at large still were happy, but still 33% they were devils, demons, Rakshasa, Ravana, like that. Then what happened? The third one, this yuga came, Dwapar. Dwapar means duality, two. Now 50% honest, 50% bad people, 50% dishonesty. This was the state when Krishna came, 5,300 years, it is estimated. And it is not some fairy tale or something myth, it is the truth. There are many evidences that Krishna was there and he had got so many things in our history, and it is proven fact that Krishna was there. Now what happened thereafter? What was the next happening in this Dwapar Yuga? Who was the demon here? Krishna, Kans, Krishna, Duryodhan, and so on. Many demons were there. Then, now what is going on? Kali Yuga, how much percent is the honesty? You can say with your fingers. Huh? How many people are honest? How many people are saying, oh, she's saying 5% are honest. Very, very good. Let us hope you are to the near to the right. So now what we are doing, what is our currency? Our currency is paper. No more coins, no more gold, no more silver. Paper currency. And in what utensils we are eating? Either plastics or the mud, that is what you call porcelain, or what you call in steel or aluminium. That is what is happening now. So this is Kali Yuga right now. This great scripture was told in Dwapar Yuga by Krishna. And to whom it was told? To Arjuna. Now, what was the reason why this book came into the existence? Why it was needed to be said? Let us go to something more deep into it. There were two kings in India. They were ruling a very, very big kingdom. One was the Pandu and his brother. Who was the brother of Pandu? Dhritarashtra. Now, Pandu was the lawful king, but unfortunately he died early. Pandu was the lawful king and was having full balanced body, mind and senses. He died unfortunately untimely. And as per the system prevailing in those days, the eldest son of Pandu was supposed to be the king, but instead of eldest son, his name was Yudhishthir. So instead, Yudhishthir became king. He was very young at that time. His uncle or the brother of Pandu named Dhritarashtra. He was unfortunately blind king. Dhritarashtra became the king of the kingdom. Now, what was the family situation? Let us give a simple and understanding on the family. What was the family? Dhritarashtra was having 100 sons and one daughter. Dhritarashtra was blind. Pandu, he was no more, but he was having 5 sons. We call them Pandavas. So for 5 sons, who were the 5 sons? Anybody can give the names? Little louder, please.
Yudhishthir,
Yes.
Bhim, Arjun,
Yes.
Nakul, Sahadev.
Very good. So these were the 5 brothers. Yudhishthir, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul and Sahadev. Now it is easy to talk about the 5 brothers. Let us not understand the 100 names of the Kauravas. 100 brothers, their name was a title, Kaurav. So they were 100. And who was the main head of their 100 brothers? Duryodhan and his younger brother Dushasan. These were the 2 elder brothers among 100. So 100 brothers, son of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra became king wrongfully, and as per the prevailing system, now Dhritarashtra was supposed to give the kingdom to eldest son once he became elder to Yudhishthir, but he failed to give it. He got attachment. That attachment we call one of the cause of sorrow is raga. So Dhritarashtra, the blind king, failed to give the right candidate, his brother's son, the kingdom at the right time. Instead, he wanted to give the kingdom to his real son. Now here the turning point of the whole problem. Raga was so deep that Dhritarashtra did not wanted to give kingdom to the cousin son, his brother's son. He wanted to give to his real son, Duryodhan. Now, children become big. Now they started claiming. Then there were some in between, some people, the middleman or some people, they tried to help the kingdom to give them separate position. So they were given separate positions. Some part of the kingdom was given to Pandus so that they let there be no fighting among them. And then what happened? After the fighting was not there, so they become separate. But the problem was still with Duryodhan, the 100 sons. They wanted to grab the little part from the Pandus also. They did not wanted to give them any single penny, not a dime, not a dollar. They wanted to grab the entire wealth from the 5 brothers. So they invited them for gambling. In those days, if one king is inviting you for gambling, it was considered to be accepted and considered to be respectful. So what Yudhishthira did, the 5 brothers, they accepted the invitation of Duryodhan of Kauravas to have the gambling. Now gambling was having some tricks. Duryodhan was having the bad mind and he played certain bad tricks. So Pandus lost everything, including their wife. In those days, something was bad custom, what we cannot accept in today's situation. So they lost their wife also. Now, here was a very, very powerful point. The Kauravas, the bad guys, they attempted to rape or to make the wife of Pandus naked in front of everyone in the big palace. This was the turning point of the whole situation. Then again, some people intervened. Krishna also came in between, saved the what we call is a इज्जत को क्या बोलते हो, what you call that, save the dignity of wife Draupadi. Turning point happened. All the 5 brothers were given a waiver. Okay, we will leave you, we will not make you slave. When they lost themselves, they become slave of 100 brothers. When the intervention happened, they were given 14 years to go into jungle. 13 years in the jungle, 14th year total hideout. No one should catch you. If you are caught in the 14th year, again it will be repeated for next 14 years. So that was a very, very horrible kind of family dispute. Very, very sad that brothers were fighting brothers. That is why we call Dwapar. 50% honesty, 50% dishonesty. And in today's world, we see 95% dishonesty, still 5% maybe some honesty somewhere. So this was the condition in those years. Now what happened? 13 years completed, 14 years also completed. Now after the completion of 14 years, when Pandu came, 5 brothers came and they reclaimed that please return our kingdom, our part of kingdom. So the 100 brothers had, Duryodhan said, I will not give you. Many people tried to have the settlement, but he denied that even I will not give you the space even equal to the tip of a needle. He was so bad because he took all the things not in a righteous way, not in a dharmic way, not in a acceptable norms. It was totally unacceptable way. And this was again another sad point which was with the Pandus. Now, one side there was the right people, righteous thing, other was the wrong. Duryodhan and his brothers, 99 brothers, plus his father, they were all non-dharmic. Dharam, we had been talking about Dharam also. Dharma is not religious. Religion and dharma is a different, totally different, but in English dictionary, dharma has been translated as religion, but it is something different. Religion often indicate the sect or a belief that is called religion. Dharma is not a belief. Dharma is the settled laws of the nature. Dharma is the law of the nature which has given us the refuge. We are living because of dharma. That is the law of the nature. So one side, Arjun, Yudhishthir, 5 brothers, they were on the side of dharma. Other side, 100, they were on the bad side of adharma. Adharma means non-dharma, no dharma. So this was right and wrong, righteous path and the wrong path. Like you are cheating somebody is adharma. You are killing somebody is adharma. You are stealing something from somebody is adharma. What is dharma? You are speaking truthfulness. You are living the righteous life. You are not hurting anybody is dharma. You are performing your duties is dharma. You are not performing your duties properly, but you are poking your nose into others. This is adharma. So there are very clear, big definitions of dharma and adharma. So here, this was the fight between dharma and adharma. So this was said in the battleground. All the efforts of settlement without war was failed. This was the last resort when the 100 brothers were not giving even 1 millimeter of the land, which was the right dharma, to the 5 brothers. They were kicked out from their system. Now you can see in this book on the cover, the sitting guy is a sad, very sad, full of depression, full of stress, full of anxiety, full of fear, full of phobia, shivering. It is indicating this fellow is now not ready to fight, surrender, or ready to run away, ready to commit suicide, ready to drop himself from the system completely. He is not interested in life. Deep depression, stress, anxiety, fear. Now, such is the case today also, same situation available today. So Gita is the first documented yoga therapy for stress, depression, tension, anxiety, fear, loneliness, anger, frustration, withdrawal, suicide, and all the psychological problems. So this is the first documented script available to the mankind. What should be the treatment given to a person who is similar symptoms like Arjuna? So we will be talking more details about that next week. But today, after having, if you have any question, we will take the questions and then we will start some practical aspect today. So please, anybody, if you got any question, go ahead.
I wish it didn't stop.
Even after 5,300 years, this story is still interesting. Huh? Very nice. It means it is something very good. Go ahead. All right. So it means there is no question. Means you people know it very well. Huh? These problems. Yes, go ahead. Ma Param Chetna.
Can you please explain a little bit more about duality?
Duality means anything we see in the nature is not just one, it's dual. Examples will make it more clear. Good and bad coexist. Light and darkness. Now it looks like that they do not coexist, but they coexist. When it is too much big light, it means there is a very little component of darkness. Now, happiness and sorrow profit and loss, birth and death, coming closer or going far, getting older, getting younger. Many polarities you will see. Anything you do in the life will have the duality. You eat, you go to excretion. You inhale, you exhale. You see somebody very good first day, third day you feel that is useless. So sukha and dukha, two Sanskrit words, are there in this nature. When this nature is there, sukha and dukha, anything which is having the duality will have this problem. So how to get rid of dukkha, how to get rid of this sorrow? Options are available that you go beyond the duality. You trans good and bad altogether. That is the beauty where we accept and we understand. So entire world is duality. Mundane world is duality. Labh, hani, yash, apayash, dukh, sukh means profit, loss, happiness, sorrow, birth, death. These all are the opposite and they are coexisting in this mundane world, right? More we will talk about duality later on whenever opportunity will come, but this is something to be understood in the beginning. All right, any other question? All right, so now today let us do a small experiment of meditation, a very simple meditation. We'll not go in a very physical movements too much, but the mental movement and the pranic movement, right? What you do, everybody first start rubbing the palms. Produce the fire of yoga. Start rubbing the palms. Producing Yoga Agni. Keep on rubbing your palms. Very nice. Keep on rubbing in a good way. Keep on rubbing. Total awareness in your palms. Very good. Keep on rubbing. Keep on rubbing. Keep on rubbing. No tiredness, but continue. Very good. And now bring the palms on your face like this. For a few moments, stay there with closed eyes, fully relaxed deep inside. Watch yourself. With closed eyes, still you are able to see. Take deep, nice, cool awareness inside. Very good. Very nice. Stay there for a few moments. Relax your shoulders. Awareness in your inner eyes. Very good. Very deep awareness. Inner eyes. Deep eyes, deeper eyes. Very good. Continue. Full awareness. Divine awareness. Now again, start rubbing palms the way you did before. Eyes remain closed this time. With closed eyes, take your full awareness into your eyes, inner eyes. Continue, continue. Deep awareness, inner awareness. Very good awareness. Continue, continue. Full awareness deep inside. Very nice. Continue. Very good. Very good. Constant awareness. Full awareness in the palms. Continue. Producing the fire of yoga. Yoga Agni. Continue. 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 Be aware inside. Be aware inside. And again, bring all the palms and fingers on your face. Cover your face completely. Full face completely. Be present deep inside. Total presence inside. Very nice. Full presence inside. Very good. Very nice. Total presence deep inside. Stay there for few moments. Very nice. Very good. Continue. Continue. Deep awareness. Again, eyes remain closed this time. This time again, start rubbing. Rub your palms. Again, rub your palms with more awareness. Divine awareness. Continue. Very good. Very nice. Keep it up. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Continue. Very good. Very good. Very good. Continue. Again, bring your palms on your face. And now this time, relax your shoulders, face slightly down. Relax yourself here and start seeing the flow of Shakti from your palms into your face, making a circular form of Shakti, divine Shakti. Observe the divine Shakti flow deep inside. Continue flow of divine Shakti. Very good. Divine Shakti continue. Deep Shakti continue. Stay there, watching inside. See without saying anything. For few moments, you are totally present deep inside. Surrender yourself to the Krishna consciousness. Let you be the empty and Krishna play the flute. Let our body be empty, head be empty. And let there be a divine music flowing from the system. Normally, this body and mind produces many thoughts, dual thoughts. Today, let only be divine thoughts. Let the divine thoughts flow. Continue flow of the divine thoughts. Krishna is playing you. Surrender yourself. Let your body be like Krishna's flute and total surrender. And you will see that Krishna is playing the divine music. Be there, be there, be there. Going nowhere but be there. And see the divinity within you. Very good, very nice. Total divineness is within you. Feel the divineness. See the divineness. Allow the divineness. Very good. Continue. Watch. Witness, but doing nothing. You only see whatever is happening. Some divine grace is there today. Today is also full moon day. Sharad Purnima, one of the very auspicious day where the moon is shining with 16 powers. 16 कलाओं से पूर्ण चंद्रमा. Chandrama means the moon, full moon, showering the nectar, somras, amrit varsha ho rahi hai. Amrit means the nectar. Let the nectar flow and you receive the nectar from the moon inside you, and all the toxins running away, departing from the system. Divine nectar is being showered. Just observe. Constant observation of divine nectar, where you are doing nothing, but everything is happening. Everything is happening. Beautiful happening. Very nice. Allow it to happen. Surrender. Full surrender. Full divinity. Total divinity. When you are absolutely doing nothing, everything is happening. When we surrender, Krishna plays in every cell, and Krishna is divine. Krishna is blissful. Krishna is consciousness. Krishna is divine Shakti. See the Shakti, divine Shakti flowing from the divinity. Allow it to happen. Allow it to see. Allow it to feel. Beautiful feeling. Beautiful seeing. Let it happen. Constant flow without any obstruction or obstacle. Continue flow of the consciousness. Let it happen. From every cell there is gratitude. From every cell there is a divineness. From every cell there is full of grace, gratefulness, profound gratitude. बहुत अच्छा. Very good. Continue flow, uninterrupted. Beautiful flow. बहुत अच्छा. Very good. Allow it to happen. Blissful happening. बहुत अच्छा. Allow it. Allow it. No stopping. No stopping. Continue. No stopping. Support the happening. Whatever is happening, support it. Support it. Support the happening. Very good. Support the happening. Support the happening. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. It is happening. It is happening. Continue. Very good. Very good. Continue. 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 Continue your journey of divine power. Big power. Allow this powerful journey. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Let it happen. You are absolutely doing nothing. Let it be connected. Let the connection happen. Let the Shakti flow. Let the divine grace happen. Support the divine grace. Support the divine Shakti. Very good. Very good. Continue. 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 Continue the happening. Very good. Very good. Very good. Total. 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 Allow it. Very good. It is flowing. It is flowing. Let it flow. Let it flow. Constant flow. Continue flow. Continue flow. Continue flow. Continue flow. Enjoy the flow. Let the flow happen. Let the flow happen. No control, no control, no control. Beautiful, beautiful way of divine grace, divine Shakti. Enjoy your bliss, enjoy your Shakti full of grace. Sometime Kundalini Shakti also bless you. Receive the blessings of Shakti. Very good. Receiving the Shakti and its blessings. Continue, continue, continue. Very good. Very good. Let it happen. Let it happen. Enjoy. Enjoy the happening. No controlling, no controlling, no controlling. Let the Shakti come and bless you. Receive the blessings. Constant blessings of the Shakti. Deep blessings of the Shakti. Allow it. Allow it. Let it happen. Very good. Very nice. बहुत अच्छा. Going deep, deep and deeper. Continue, continue. Let it happen. No controlling, no suppression. Very good. Very nice. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. Very, very powerful. Continue, 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 continue deep, continue deep. बहुत अच्छा. Full surrender. Let it flow. Let it flow. You are not controlling. It is flowing. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. And slowly, slowly with gratitude, we surrender and we will start the process of coming back. Deep surrender, divine surrender. Very good, very good, very nice, very nice. Full surrender, full surrender. And we start expressing our gratitude by chanting the sound of consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Everywhere there is divine Shanti within you. You witness the divine Shanti. So much deep and profound divine Shanti. So much happened that words are short, expressions are short, experience are very high, higher and higher experiences. These are divine experiences, so profound. And slowly, slowly, you may come back and you can come out from the meditation and very gently try. It may not be easy. I could see many of you have gone very, very deep, very, very deep, and sometimes very difficult to come out. Many of you have flown into deep emotions. Many of you have gone into awakening of divine Shakti from within. This is the divine Shakti which is driving us in our life. We express our full gratitude to the divine Shakti, graced by Krishna, the consciousness. The whole life we had been fighting between the duality, and today we try to go beyond the duality. Such a powerful thing happened. I could see many of you experience something divine shifting in your life. Very good. Congratulations on your so profound experience. If anybody want to say something or want to share something, may please feel free and say. Go ahead.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Go ahead.
After doing all meditations and after such tears, first time in my life, I'm not feeling so weak. I'm feeling that I'm very strong, and I can do whatever you are guiding me to do in my future. I'm ready to grasp and ready to. I have that strength. I have that power of love and compassion. So thank you, Guruji.
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा.
It, Today I felt so much peace, and I don't have a word how to explain the peace word explanation, but it is too much.
बहुत
Thank
अच्छा,
you.
बहुत अच्छा. You were also flowing with emotions, huh? Those emotions were of happiness, I believe, right?
I'm not feeling happy or instead of sad. I'm feeling that I'm very strong. I'm feeling I'm very strong and I'm not weak.
You are Shakti.
I'm feeling I'm strong.
That's why you are feeling strong. The true nature of the Shakti, huh?
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा.
Yeah.
Who
Thank
would
you.
say Hari Om? बहुत अच्छा. Anybody else? माँ चेतना आनंद.
Hari Om Guruji, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I asked you a question and you answered me. It was like in my meditation, my mind was like a mirror and you were seeing everything happening in that mirror. I saw you seeing that. So that's what a guru does when the meditation happens and he sees, he goes into your mind. And yes, the dualities, they dissolve and you leave all the words behind, you leave all the expressions, all the emotions, everything behind. You just experience a beautiful sense of happiness, joy, and you leave that, even that behind. And when you go that far, you just experience, that's it.
Very good. बहुत अच्छा. Very nice. Very nice.
Guruji, I just want to show you something.
Go ahead.
Whenever I'm feeling that and I gained all the strength in my in my mind. So seriously, you are like a mirror for all of us. I think all of us. It's like a mirror. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
It's welcome. बहुत अच्छा. Anybody else want to say anything? Good. So we conclude this today's session. You all enjoy your weekend with. Yes, let us listen to Singapore. Is there? Yes, Machetana Anand. What was going on? You tell your experience. Then we will conclude our session. What was your experience in meditation today?
Oh, it's very good. Actually, it's my second meditation today. I done one in the morning, but yours is really very strong. And actually, I feel a lot of shaking, and just like when I'm here in the ashram with you, yeah, and a lot of emotions just came up, and the tears just couldn't stop flowing. But I can't describe it, what kind of emotions, and I don't think it matter because, like you say, a tear during meditation is like a nectar. It's very precious. So I guess more are coming up, and because I also feel like besides the own kind of suffering that we give ourselves, duality or what, there's also this collective suffering around because of the situation that is very good to get out of the system and just clean out regularly. So the sessions with you are really very, very good. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Guruji, and happy belated birthday. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome.
Stay well,
So
everyone.
this is something very good from Singapore because she was here in the ashram, entire Kundalini Shakti is awakened. Today she was having a lot of emotions. Her chakras were activated. This is all happening with the grace. As I said, when you surrender, when you are available, then the divine grace and divine Shakti, divine consciousness start blessing us. We start receiving the blessings and grace, compassion all automatically starts flowing from our life. So again, all of you very fortunate to go on this path, walk on this path together. Wish you all the best and wish you great moments in your life. Enjoy your every moment of life. I will not just say enjoy your weekend. After weekend, then what? Again, you will be going in trouble. So I say enjoy your life. Be blissful. All right? Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Guruji, we stay here,
Thank you
right?
so much, Guruji. Hari
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om.
Hari Om.